Hi, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley Oswald, gut health dietitian, and today we are taking a slight walk away from the usual content because I want to share with you two really awesome children's books related to gut health. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, click the like button. All that helps my video move up in organic search so that I can keep making these videos for you. So let's dive on in. Both of these have gotten really great feedback, and they're pretty different actually at what they have in common. They're both about gut health, but this one here, The Quest to Digest, I'd say this is made for a slightly older child than From Pooing to Chewing. And I love both these names. The woman who wrote From Chewing to Pooing, I've been talking to her and she gave me permission to read this book to you guys. So I'm so excited to do that. This was written by Lauren Gehringer and Dr. Natalie Gehringer. Oh, sorry, I probably butchered your last name. Illustrations by Miley McCarthy. And then this one, Mary Corcoran. I've been trying to actually find her contact information and haven't been able to, so I cannot read this one to you, but I want to tell you a little bit about this one. It actually goes pretty in depth about nutrition, and what I've heard is that most parents reading this have learned at least one thing about the gut that they didn't know prior. So I would say this could be a fun read for the whole family. And it is meant for children a bit older. And so I will still link this one in the description below in case you want to check it out. But we're going to be focusing on From Chewing to Pooing, which is really great for a younger audience. And so why would you get a children's book about gut health? I think it could be such a great way to help give some exposure to this really important organ that's often not even talked about well, it's being talked about a lot more, let's be real, because people are realizing how centric it is to a lot of these different chronic diseases that we are learning about. And so Hippocrates, who's been said to be the founder of medicine, founder of modern medicine, has once said that it all starts in the gut, and we are really finding that to be true with all the bacteria we have in there. It's estimated that anywhere between 3 to 10 times as much bacteria in our body as human cells, which is pretty amazing. So this book, you'll see it talks about the gut in a really fun way while keeping it really simple, because we know that if somebody doesn't have a lot of exposure to a new area of knowledge, overwhelming them with a lot of facts, like a child, for example, is just gonna prevent absorbing any of it. So it's kind of like minimalism. If you guys know me personally, you know I really have changed my life to be more of a minimalist. And so I do it partially because it really frees up my mind to be able to then learn new things. And when you're overburdened with so many things coming at you from the environment, then it can be hard to really absorb any of it versus just throwing it all out. So that's part of what I love about this book, is it teaches the foundation, and then you can use other books like this book to build upon that foundation. So let's just dive right in. Again, From Chewing to Pooing, Food's Journey Through Your Body to the Potty. What happens to food when you're done chewing? Though you can't see it, digestion's been brewing. Digestion is what your body must do to get fuel from food. The rest becomes poo. So as you can see, it has these really fun, like Dr. Seuss rhymes, which is really kind of enjoyable to read even as an adult. It started by chewing your very first bite, teeth grinding it down to a size that's just right. With help from your saliva, wet stuff in your mouth, food sent down your throat and keeps sliding south. So I love they have like the food there, and they have these little bacteria that are just having a baller of a time. Into the stomach is where it goes next. Here your tummy's juices are put to the test. Foods turn into liquid at this stage of digestion and then moves from the stomach to your small intestine. So they're in the stomach and they have the hard hats on because the stomach is that spot where it's really churning the food, breaking it down, grinding it down, and then it's going to get trickled through that pyloric sphincter between the stomach and the small intestine slowly kind of over the next few hours. Your small intestine's a coiled up tube where nutrients are pulled from the liquefied food. Nutrients give your body its fuel to play, think, and grow, an important tool. I love that in the small intestine here are bacteria, or like the all those living microorganisms in the gut. They're wearing these like scuba goggles or snorkeling goggles. So cute. What's left is garbage, no reason to keep. A tube called your colon gives it a sweep. So just showing how they have these little brooms here. The food's getting swept through. And if you're an adult, you know there's this like peristalsis, this movement of the intestines. Inside your colon, down in your belly, the garbage turns solid, brown, and quite smelly. If it's overly smelly, though, could be a sign of fat malabsorption. And if it's floating, could be a sign of fat malabsorption. If there's any like kind of oily things on your pieces on your toilet bowl, that's something that you might that you should connect with a digestive health dietitian on, or at least, you know, let your doctor know as well. Like garbage is poo, it comes out of your body when you're in the bathroom sitting on the potty. Poo won't go away until you go potty, and keeping it in is not good for your body. It's not good. And some people I've realized from doing this for so many years that sometimes what's normal isn't really talked about. So at least 1 to 3 bowel movements a day is really important. If you're going more than a day without having a bowel movement, then something should be done, looking into the root cause of why that might be. If you feel the urge, give pooing a try. When poo needs to exit, don't keep it inside. After all this, the food's fully digested, the work done by your body while you played and rested. And so this is this page. Each time you eat, this all gets repeated. It takes a whole day till the work is completed. Digestion is such an amazing thing, keeping you ready for all that life brings. And then it shows, you know, how digestion is happening around the clock in the end. And I really like this picture to kind of tie it back to the start. But the start, it wasn't labeled, right? And now that the foundations were talked about, we have this chart that's labeled, but again, it doesn't go into so much depth that it's going to be overwhelming, which I really appreciate about this book. So we just have the liver, the esophagus, the stomach, the gallbladder, the small intestine, and the colon labeled. And then back here, there are more tips for how to help with a healthy digestion, some of the foods to use, activity, hydration, then some high fiber foods, and kind of how much fiber is in each of those amounts. And if you've been listening to my channel for a while, you might know fiber is important because the bacteria in our large intestine, they eat that fiber, like fermentable resistant starch, and then some of these prebiotics and things, which if you're eating a lot of plants, you're going to be getting these. So it eats them, produces short chain fatty acids, which, for example, butyrate is a short chain fatty acid, and that is a really powerful anti-inflammatory for the body. It really supports the immune system. So we're in the middle of COVID right now. So getting that into your eating plan is going to be really important to be making that butyrate for the anti-inflammatory effects for the immune system. And then also, as far as the gut goes, it really is the main fuel for the enterocytes, or those cells on the lining of our gut, to really give them the fuel to help heal that gut, or if you have a healthy gut, to just keep it healthy. So again, lots of those fibrous plant foods are going to make sure you're getting enough to make that butyrate. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this book. I loved it, and I'm going to put the link in the description below if you want to order it and read it to your kiddos. And I will just wrap up the video then. So thank you again. Subscribe if you haven't. Like this video, really helps me with organic search. And then I have some gut health freebies in the description as well. Thanks, guys. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you on the next video.